advocacy and lobbying. My name is Joy Oshien, and I'll be facilitating the session today. So before we get started, I'd like to register manually so that I see if everyone is present. So we have Monica. Present. We have Leah. Present. We have Cynthia. Present. We have Zainab. Present. We have Melchior. Present. Nice. So we are all of you. So I'm going to outline outcomes of today's session so that by the end of the lesson, when I ask a question, you will be able to answer. So okay, so as we start, I would like one of us to maybe define what advocacy is before I give you my definition. Anyone?
Maybe you can define advocacy is the practical use of knowledge in order to create change.
Okay, that's nice. So, advocacy, this is the act of supporting or promoting a particular cause or policy. So, it involves influencing decisions, policies, or practices to bring out positive change. Another thing to define is lobbying. What do you think lobbying is? Anyone who has an idea of what lobbying is, yes?
Lobbying, this is an attempt to influence maybe the views of the policymakers, stakeholders. Yes.
That's nice. So lobbying, this is the act of attempting to influence decisions by policymakers, often by individuals, groups, or organizations. So we go to our second outcome was to identify the types of resources used in advocacy and lobbying. So when you hear something resources, what is a resource? Yes?
According to me, it is a tool that is used to make to achieve a certain goal.
Yes. So the types of resources used in advocacy and lobbying, they are quite a number. So the resources used in advocacy and lobbying are diverse and can be categorized into four main types. So the first type we have is human or personnel. So we have one human resource. So human resource, these are the people or relationships essential for conducting or amplifying campaigns. Are we together?
Yes.
The second type, we have information resources. When you hear something called information, what does it bring to your mind? It is a message or an evidence of something. Are we together?
Yes.
So these resources provide the credibility and persuasive content needed to influence targets. So we have evidence and data, which can include reports, studies, statistics. Then we have messaging. These are like personal stories. So they give you something.
Yes.
The third type, we have tools and infrastructure. Tools and infrastructure resources. These are practical means used to execute the strategy, manage data, and communicate with audiences. They include things like the digital tools, e.g. websites, and social media. We also have traditional materials. They include things like brochures, visual aids, like charts. What is a visual aid? Something that you see.
Yes.
See there?
Yes.
And they include things like charts, maps. You can see a map and think about something. Yes. The fourth one, we have financial resources. Financial resources. When you think of something financial, it is what?
Money.
You think of money when you hear something financial. So when you're talking of money, money is very necessary to fund all resources and activities. So under there, we have things like operating budget, we have a campaign budget, and we have donations. Are we together? Any questions so far? We are okay? Then our last outcome for today was to assess how resource availability influences advocacy and lobbying. So resource availability is the primary determinant of the scale, sophistication, and sustained success of both advocacy and lobbying. So adequate resources allow an organization to move beyond simply raising awareness to engaging in complex, direct influence required to shape policy. Are we together?
Yes.
So the influence of resources can be categorized into three critical areas. So we have financial, we have human, and we have informational. When you hear something financial, it is money. When you hear something human, it is it involves people. Senior.
Yes.
When you hear something informational, it is something that gives you information. Senior. They include things like computer, yes. Magazines, yes. Yes. So when you're talking about financial resources, this is the capital. It is the fuel for political influence machine. It dictates the overall scope and tactical options available to an organization. Senior. When we go to human, this is mostly personnel. Senior. Alafu, we have information. These resources enable its generation and strategic deployment. So, as I summarize, Resource availability determines if an organization can buy the expertise and assess necessary for direct lobbying and deploy the sophisticated advocacy tools required to shape the political environment. Any question? We are together?
Yes.
Can I now give you an assignment for our next class? So, you write. So you analyze the adequacy and effectiveness of available advocacy and lobbying exercises to be submitted in our next class. I need it in handbook. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes. So you have a blessed day.